All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone that rule well. And salutation to the architects and that's true of the folk on the earth and city, love the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, and the very few sisters that listen as well, man. And it's the GMS Chicago count coming with another installment. It's the brother Monakia.
It's Brother Asher.
And like we always do, we do our spiritual sit down and basically, we just want to go into how we gotta rise up and just be man. When it come down to this truth, hey, we gotta be man in this truth, man. And this truth will make you a man. You gotta have responsibility. See, in the world, you didn't have any accountability. You didn't have no responsibility too much. You. Some people walk this earth and still don't even pay bills. They live in the home with their mama, all type of things, man. But they don't know what grown man standing on your own really feel like, man. Taking care of all your bills, paying your bills on time, going to work every day, sacrificing your time. These things is things that you must do when it comes down to being the truth. Matter of fact, let's get that Sirach. Don't depend on another man's table. Because Of course, uh, of course, brother's gonna help you out. Don't get me wrong. That's what the brotherhood are for. But depending on another man's table, letting another man take care of you, and you not trying to put no effort, not applying for jobs applications, not even trying to work to see if the Lord's gonna bless you, man. And that's what a lot of lazy Jake are, man.
Yeah, it's
Niggas in the world, and I'm talking about Jake in the truth. You got it.
yeah, that's like I was just let you know I had it.
You got it. You
Okay,
right.
it's Sirach 40 and 28. I'm gonna start at 28. It says, "My son, lead not a beggar's life, for better is it to die than to beg."
Right. It's better to die than to beg. So always beg and asking this. And don't get me wrong. Shit happens. Your car might break down. You might be in financial situations. Cool. But what are you doing necessary to take your stuff to get yourself out that situation? Are you applying for more jobs? Are you asking your boss, can you come in for more overtime? You got to sacrifice. You got to get uncomfortable. Yes, it might take you out. You might be doing 5 or 6 videos that week. Maybe you might got to go back to 3. At least you still doing the truth. At least you still going down to the line. You might have to use that extra time to put in extra time with work instead of the kids, instead of the wife. She might have to get uncomfortable for a month until bills get caught up, man. But begging all the time, like you see a lot of homeless people outside in the world, hey, that's unacceptable, man. Unacceptable. You're supposed to be out here standing up like a man. When things come upon you, stand up, like Job said. Like the Lord told Job, be a man, man. Keep going.
Yep. It says, "The life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for a life."
So it's not counting you to be a life. You around here always asking, brother, can you do this? Or brother, can you do that? Which is brothers don't have no problem with that, man. But are you considerate of brothers' situations? Are you considerate of Jake time? Cause hey, some brothers tell you yes when they don't even have the time. Just because they want to be brotherly. But when that brother tell you no, then what? Are you gonna buck up? Are you gonna get mad? You gonna get frustrated? Cuss that brother out? Or are you gonna rise up as a man and take care of your responsibility, man? You got responsibility in the truth and you got responsibility in the world. Like going to work. That's a responsibility. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's what the scriptures say, man.
Facts.
Keep going.
It said, "The life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for life, for he polluteth himself with others men's meat. But be wise, but be Salaki, but a wise man will nurture, will beware of thereof." That's like it says. I'll read that again. It says, "For he polluted himself with other men's meat." It says, "But a wise man will well nurtured will beware thereof." It says, "Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless, but in his belly there shall burn a fire."
Man. Because he don't understand that it's responsibilities as a duty of a man, man. People don't realize that, man. Matter of fact, let's get the whole conclusion of the matter of a man, man. Let's get Ecclesiastes, because people don't realize, man. These things is serious, man. And it just don't go. Well, I do the work, brother. Yes, you do the work. Cool. That's 80% of your life,
Right.
or 70% of your life. What about the bills, man? What about the church can't always take care of you, brother? Then what? You gotta, hey, Pastor Tahad work, Pastor Gabar work. All these brothers and elders work all the time. How about you?
Right. This is
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Yeah. It says this is I'm just getting right to the point. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man."
And it's certain commandments you got to keep. Of course, we know commandments when it come down to going out in highways and byways. We know we supposed to do that. But also, it tell you in Baruch that what we are subject to payments. So if we subject to payments, guess what? Bills is gonna come, and we supposed to be like, oh, here you go, brother. Pay this bill for me. Here you go, brother. So you just passing bills out to brothers in the camp. Like, here you go, brother. I got a light bill this week. That's stupid. No. It's the Lord required a good balance, a good sacrifice. You got it.
No, I was just gonna read what you brought up. I was letting you know I had it. Yeah, it's Baruch 3 and 8. What the brother quoted says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God."
Right. You got it.
Yeah, and what's so powerful about that? What he's alluding to is the fact that Scripture say every man's got to bear their own burden. Bottom line, you got to carry your own cross. You got to carry your own weight. Of course, the brother's gonna help out because that's what the brotherhood is about. But eventually, you got to stand on your own. You can't lean on that brother. What if that brother falls? Then what? Who there to pick him up? So eventually, you got to, carry your. You got to bear your own burdens. You got to stand strong. You know what I mean? And then the killer part is, like, we're in this truth now. So the Scripture says not only be a hearer of the word, but be a doer. Where's your faith? Are you applying yourself? The Lord said he ain't gonna withhold not one good thing if you apply yourself. Man, we speaking first to ourselves first and foremost, but also we have examples of the brotherhood. You know what I mean? Who suffering, struggling, silently, don't say nothing, but they keep pushing through till the Lord open up some doors. That's what being a man is all about. You gotta persevere, push through. Cry a little bit and shake it off and get back to it. You know what I mean? You can't let everything overwhelm you, keep you from making it happen. You can't let a little pain beloved. You can't let a little pain stop you from achieving your goal. Like the brothers, we got a lot of brothers who work out, right? You know what I mean? And if they let a little pain stop them from working out, they ain't gonna work out no more.
Fact, they ain't gonna never grow.
Exactly. Come on, go ahead, beloved. That's all the point I want to make. Yeah.
You ain't gonna never grow at all, man. And then on top of that, like, we all fucked up. We all going through situations, man.
Yeah.
Like, we all, man. Like, Jake on child support. Jake on frustrated and mad at the world too. It's just not just you, brother. And I ain't singling no brother out. I'm just saying, period. If brothers, first and foremost, brothers got that spirit, man. It's being in that spirit is just not a great spirit, brother. We require we require to do the necessary things of the Lord, and taking care of yourself is part of it, man. Literally, taking care of yourself, being helpful to the body, because when one fall, we all fall. Of course, you know that, right? But then it was gonna come to a point that we all fucked up. Then what? Then who you gonna be able to call on? You're gonna have to call and trust in the Lord. That's because that's who you need to be going to in the first place, man. But they say, I got one. This Job. Yeah. This Job So rocking my phone just tweet.
Just tweak them.
Yeah, but no, this Job 38:3. It say, grow up now thy loins like a man, for I demanded of thee, and answer thou me. So we gotta grow up like a man, man. Things is gonna get tough. Things is gonna get hard. We gonna be fucked up, man. Remember, the more things that's coming down the pipe, things is gonna start getting harder and harder. So
Right.
guess what? We gotta come together, not working against each other, man. We need all hands on deck. Some brothers gonna work 2 jobs, 1 job, but we don't need no brothers not working no jobs. No jobs is unacceptable. You gotta at least bring something to the table. Not just always getting your hands out, man.
Yeah.
Ready to receive. When you gonna give? And that's what the Lord told us, man. Hey, matter of fact, let's get that. That Matthew's 10. Is it 10? Yeah. Is it 10?
What, better to give than receive?
No. That ain't it. I'm looking for it. You got it. You got a scripture, bro.
Yeah, it's Galatians 6 we're just going into. And of course we're gonna be brotherly because that's what we're talking about. But as you know, as being brotherly means that you gotta be strong as well. You know, we only strong as our weakest link. So we gotta build everybody up. I'm gonna start at 1, but the point is in 5, you know, bearing your own burden. It's Galatians 6:1. It says, brethren, if a man be overtaken in fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such as one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. So of course we're gonna, you know, lift each other up, strengthen each other, and help each other get back on point. Because like your brother said, you know, righteous man falls 7 times, but he get back up. Stuff is gonna happen. We're in captivity. And then what I mean by that, stuff is gonna happen to all the brothers. Not one brother is exempt from going through it. So, you know, you can't rely on a brother and know, you know, he may need your help next week. So we all gotta be riding. You can't, we on a bike and everybody pedaling, and then we look back, you ain't pedaling.
Right.
Bro, I mean, you take a break for 5 seconds, but we all need a break. So that means you got to start pedaling again.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I'll carry you, brother, but then how tired I'm going to be? Who going to carry me?
Right. This says, bear you one another's burden, and so fulfill the law of a Hamashiach. And that scripture said, love thy neighbors thyself. So, of course, we're going to, you know, the brothers are going to carry each other, because we all we got, right? But it says, for if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. So, you know, don't, you know, that's what the brothers, you know, well, not the brothers, but, you know, people being lifted up thinking they special. You know what I mean? And trying to be slick. You know, don't, we have left a nigga, you know, we have left being niggas in the world. Don't let that old man creep back in where you try to be, you know, trying to play brothers. The Lord is searching you out, man. Be sincere, be honest. If you need help, fine. But damn, you know, are you going to need help every day for the same stuff? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you praying? Are you fasting? Are you asking the Lord for help? Or are you just going to keep going to the brothers? What are you doing? Because that's what the brothers doing. We all down, and we all going to the Lord for help.
Right.
It says, but let every man prove his own work, and then shall he rejoice in himself alone and not in another. So you got to put in your own work. It's like in the movie Training Day. We put in our own work around here, homie.
Yeah.
You got to put in your own work. It says, for every man shall bear his own burden. You know, obviously it's talking about conduct, but it's also about taking care of business as well. You got to handle your business like a man. The scriptures, you know, the scripture say you was a child, you thought as a child, you acted like a child. A child wants everybody to do shit for him. You know, when you come into this truth, you become a man. Now you got to do for yourself, and you got to help others. That's what this truth is all about. You know, the wisdom, knowledge, and stability should be the strength of that time. Are you applying the wisdom? Are you applying the knowledge? And you showing your stability by doing His work. Not only the work of the Lord, because you got to do that, but you also got to take care of yourself. That's a part of the wisdom, the knowledge, and the stability too. You have come a long way, and we still got a nice distance to go. But you know, it's like anything else. You know, I like to swim, right? You know what I mean? And I can't expect, we swimming, we all gonna get tired at the same time. I can't expect somebody else to swim for me. Shit, we all in the water together.
Right.
I can hold you up for a second, but if I hold you up too long, we both gonna go down.
We both gonna drown.
Yeah, so we gotta understand that, man. We have to be men. We got to be strong, and we've got to stand up and do the right thing, man. Bottom line, we all struggling. We all we got. You weigh out this brother, then he down and out. Shit, he can't get back up into it because he drowning. Shit.
Facts. Trying to keep my head above water, but this Ciroc 4-31. Matter of fact, let's get that chopper.
It's Rock 4.
Yeah. Oh, this Ciroc. What the hell? What the hell? This Ciroc 4-30. What the fuck was on my phone? What's Ciroc 4-31 say?
Yeah, it says, I got it. I read it all. You want me to start 26?
Oh, here you go. Let's start it. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, it's First Rock 4:26. It says, "Be not ashamed to confess thy sins and force not the course of the river." So you run to situations, you know what I mean, confess it to the Lord, and don't try to do what you're not capable of doing. If the Lord don't want you to have it, He don't want you to have it. Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty. So you got to be careful how you move it, how you walk it, how you operate it. You know what I mean? The scripture said, "Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove," and it says, "Don't be around a person who could put you to death." You know what I mean? It says, you got to be careful. At least he overthrow you. It says, "Strive for the truth to death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." So as a part of your being this man and being strong, and this applies to every aspect of your life, and that's what Jake got to understand. The Lord didn't miss one beat. It applies to everything in your life. Your responsibilities does not, you have to be responsible. As a man, you got to be responsible. Scripture, in the world, it says you're a man before you're anything. And what does a man do? Take care of his business and handle his business. What is his business? Providing for himself and those around him. That's what a man does. Not only teaching, but also helping out in every aspect of life. That's what, when men, we don't get to be like women and like fucking somebody else handle the business. No. You got to handle the business as well. It says, "Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss." So don't just be out running off at the mouth, and then when it's time to put in work, you shirked off your chores. It says, "Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among thy servants." Control yourself, right? It says, "Let not thy hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay." And that's the verse that the brother was talking about. Your hand out when you need some shit, but when it's time to repay, you done pull your hand back.
All right.
Go ahead, yeah.
And that's not how we're supposed to be, man. We really need all hands on deck. And that's us standing up and being man in the truth, man. Not depend on another person. Sometimes don't ask that brother. Go and figure, have faith that the Lord is going to help you in your situation. Wait a couple months. They go straight to the body. Well, Salaki, I'm short this week. Didn't even ask the Lord yet. Didn't even pray. Then try to figure it out on their own. Which is cool, we get it, but then how often you going to keep doing that? We here for the help you, but not here to enable. How you say?
Yeah, enable you.
Enable you. Salaki, I can know.
Yeah, you got it. You're not here to enable you. We're not, so the crutch is only for you to get you to your leg heal, right?
Right.
Once your leg heal, you put the crutches down and you get to walking again.
Right.
So if a brother enables you, you ain't doing nothing. You just sitting around like, well, I ain't got to worry about it. The body got me. The bros got me. No, that's not the mentality. That's not the attitude. That's not being a man. Again, the scripture says when you was a child, you act. Let's grab that scripture. I posted earlier, which is a beautiful scripture. When I was a child, I thought as a child. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're not a child anymore. You're a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? Your huggy diapers has been over with.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Now you got to buy your own shit and then be able to help somebody else out.
Facts. This 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And that's what it is. When you come this man in the truth, which that's what the truth is going to make you, hey, you got to put all them childish things. You can't be doing the same thing you was doing, years ago when you first came to the truth. or when you first came into a year ago or 2 years ago, man. You're supposed to be growing in this thing, maturing in this thing, thinking ahead. That's why the Lord gave us this wisdom, to think ahead,
Yep.
to apply the wisdom. Think farther than these niggas in the world, man,
Facts.
so that we can understand our situation, know how to get out our situation, ask for wise counsel to get out your situation. These things is why the Lord set the brotherhood for, not just to abuse the brotherhood, man.
Yeah. When you ask for wise counsel, follow the damn counsel.
Yeah,
You know, and like the brothers going into, the elder brother going into, man. The bottom line is, we all need each other. So we need you. Everybody need everybody to be strong, because you don't know when the next brother gonna tap on your shoulder and say, "Hey, I need some help." It should be another brother's turn. It shouldn't always be your turn.
facts.
You know what I mean? We know we uptight. Who ain't uptight? We all uptight. But the Lord said He'll make a way out of it for us.
Yeah,
So that's a part of our faith and our faith walk. Like the elder brother just said, did you absolutely go to the Lord first and foremost and pray? Did you follow the steps, right? There's a protocol, you know what I mean? In the world, you recover from certain situations. If you to mess up your ligament or, whatever, there's a protocol you gotta have to do to get back straight. There's a protocol in the scriptures that you have to follow too to get back straight.
Yeah.
And the protocol is pray first, fast, then go to the body while you still working out to recover.
facts.
You know what I mean? So where's your recovery at? If you did your protocol, you should be getting better. You should be coming out of whatever's going on. Follow the protocol. Protocol is take it to the Lord first, right? Then fast if you haven't heard from Him. You know what I mean? Then you got to be patient, right? Then if you get in a situation, then you go to the brotherhood, right? But in the midst of that, you should be coming out and you should be recovering. And once it's all said and done, you should be straight. Then you can help out the next brother because you went through the proper protocol. Are we going through the proper protocol in this truth? That's what the wisdom and knowledge is about. You know what I mean? Are you going through the proper protocol?
That's exactly what it's for.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Because like we said, you down today, the brother was helping you could be down tomorrow. Can you help him back out?
Yeah.
We're all in it together. You know what I mean? And we know the strong, better infirmities of the weak. We know there's some who blessed more than others, but that doesn't mean you don't play your position and your part.
Facts. Facts, bro. I ain't got nothing more.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else.
So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying. We're gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadas. Double honors to the apostle of the great millstone that rule well. And salutations to the icon teaching that's true of the fork on earth, true city. Live under the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man. So next time we're gonna say Shalom, Kwan Yasharala, and Abba Ball.